Let's dig into all of it with Border Patrol Chief Greg Bovino. Greg, good to have you on the program. I want to play this soundbite from President Trump yesterday as he departed the White House, because he told me that he is not ready to pull the trigger on the Insurrection Act. Here he is. Mr. President, what's your trigger for the Insurrection Act? What's the trigger for the Insurrection Act in Minnesota? What are you waiting for?
Well, the Insurrection Act, which has been used by 48% of the presidents, and if I needed it, I'd use it. I don't think there's any reason right now to use it, but if I needed it, I'd use it. It's very powerful.
Do you agree with that assessment, Greg? Right now, it's not necessary to send in troops?
Aisha, thanks for having me, and it's good to see you. The president is spot on with his comments on the Insurrection Act. The president remains very focused on what's happening here in Minneapolis. He relies on on-the-ground leaders such as me, intelligence reports, and other information to make that decision. But he's spot on when he says, right now, it's not needed. We've got the situation under control, several thousand law enforcement agents here, and we're conducting that Title VIII immigration mission unabated.
Oh, you are picking up a lot of different people that are impeding on these investigations. Some of them are breaking into federal vehicles. This one right here, posted online by the Department of Homeland Security. His name is Raul Gutierrez, and he's accused of destroying FBI vehicles. If we'll put it up on the screen here, there he is. And Alexis McAdams, who's been on the ground reporting for us, she was telling me that these groups are so organized, Greg. They're using Signal to track where ICE officers are going. They're doxing these ICE officers. Do we know who is organizing these groups?
We're digging into the group organization, who's leading these groups. The FBI, Homeland Security Investigations, U.S. Border Patrol are all working in close concert. We're making great strides in identifying the ringleaders, and we're going to bring them to justice. And something else here is it's not only federal agents and federal property they're damaging, but they're also going after American citizens whom they might think are federal agents, and American citizens, say, driving an SUV. They're actually stopping those citizens on the highway, damaging their vehicles, slashing their tires. So it's not just federal agents, it's everyday Minnesotans that are feeling the pinch from these anarchists.
They're live streaming
Exactly.
it. I mean, they're taking pride in what they're doing and want everybody across the country to see it. Are you going to keep using tear gas and pepper spray now that this judge has come out and said you can't use it against peaceful protesters? I mean, some of these are not peaceful.
Exactly. We're going to continue to use that minimum amount of force necessary to accomplish our mission. And we never did use tear gas or any other less lethal munitions against peaceful protesters. We support the First Amendment. We always support the First Amendment. But when they cross the line and they're violent, we will use those less lethal munitions because it keeps them safe, it keeps our officers safe, and it keeps the public safe.
So we know that right now the DOJ is in an active investigation of Mayor Jacob Frey and the Minnesota Governor Tim Walz. And this is what Todd Blanche, the U.S. Deputy Attorney General, told our Matt Finn when he was asked about the rhetoric from these two politicians. Watch.
When the governor or the mayor threaten our officers, when the mayor suggests that he's encouraging citizens to call 911 when they see ICE officers, that is very close to a federal crime.
I mean, this is what Governor Walz this week told residents. I mean, he was telling them to film ICE. Let's listen here.
I want to share another way you can help. Witness. Help us establish a record of exactly what's happening in our communities. You have an absolute right to peacefully film ICE agents as they conduct these activities. So carry your phone with you at all times.
Well, there you go. There's permission to show up at any activities that ICE have underway. Greg, do you think that this is directly the fault of the mayor and the governor? What we're seeing on the ground, the chaos that is just so out of control in Minneapolis?
Absolutely, 100%. President Trump, Secretary Noem, and Todd Blanche are spot on in investigating that. It should be investigated. And something else, Aisha, that we're seeing is that rank and file of many of the area police departments, including Minneapolis Police Department. Many of their rank and file police officers are coming up to our agents on the ground saying, thank you for what you're doing. We support you 100%. That's in direct opposition to, say, a Mayor Frey calling for cops to fight federal agents. So we've got the support of the rank and file and the American public. This mission is going to continue.
So they want to help. I mean, they're coming up to you and telling you that they actually do want to help, but their hands are tied.
Exactly. We've seen this in California and Los Angeles. We saw this with Chicago rank and file police officers. And guess what? We're seeing it in Minneapolis also. And to any of those Minneapolis police officers, and I'm hearing this is happening, that want to join the U.S. Border Patrol or ICE, we welcome you with open arms. We support you. We support you making American cities like Minneapolis a safer place. So I'd be happy to meet personally with those officers that might be wanting to join a law enforcement agency that supports them.
Greg, how do you get a handle on this? I mean, it feels like it's never ending, and it continues to get worse and worse day by day as we go. I remember the George Floyd riots. I was in the thick of it all, covering it for Fox, and that went on for about a year. I mean, where is this headed?
Sure. Aisha, great question. We do hard things. Let's take a look in history at, say, the Civil War and Abraham Lincoln, or the Revolutionary War and George Washington. We have Trump doing equally hard things as they did. Remember, the Civil War did not have a lot of support at the beginning, neither did George Washington in the Revolutionary War, but they kept the course. They did the right thing for Ma and Pa America. That's what President Trump's doing. We're going to continue this course to rid this country of those vile, criminal, illegal aliens that came across the border by the millions over those past 4 years, and we're on the right track. What a righteous mission this is.
Yeah, the question that our reporters keep asking these protesters is, who are you protecting? I mean, who are you out here? Name somebody that you're out here defending that isn't on an ICE detainer. Greg, good to see you live from Minneapolis on the ground there with Border Patrol. Thank you.
Aisha, good to see you. Thank you.
Hey, it's Will Kane. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Kane podcast for full episodes right now.